Hello friends, today we are going to continue chapter number 8, framing of constitution and its features, lecture number 2. Friends, as we discussed in the previous chapter, that constitution is playing very important role in any country, in the development of any country. If people want to live a peaceful life, constitution is very much necessary. Constitution, we can say, if we talk about constitution, it guides even the government who is governing the country. As we discussed in the previous lecture, that rules and regulations are necessary for each and every country. Not only country, if we talk about an individual person, there might be rules in our home itself. If we talk about our home, there might be certain rules made by our parents for us. And that rules, we cannot say that rules are for not letting us to do, not letting us to enjoy our freedom, but that rules are restricting us to do anything wrong. Friends, here the rules are made so that in our house the rules are made so that all the people of the house, all the family members, they can peacefully live with each other. Friends, if we talk about the country, rules are necessary, laws are necessary to keep control on the people, to stop corruption, to stop the crime ratio. These rules are very much necessary. In the previous lecture, we discussed about the constitution. What is the constitution? Constitution is a collection of rules. Constitution is a collection of rules to govern any country that is framed by a country. Constitution is a collection of rules that is framed by a country to govern its country. To govern any country, whatever rules are made by the country, the collection of that rules is known as constitution. We also discussed in our previous lecture about the importance of this constitution, that why this constitution is important. This constitution is considered as the basic and fundamental document of any country because our each and every functioning of the country is based on the constitution. Constitution guides the country that how it should be governed. It even defines the power of the ministers. It also shows the rights and duties of the citizens. Here it is said that our constitution is considered as the legal document. Each and every laws are framed as per the constitution. No laws of the country can be framed that is not included in the constitution. So laws are also given important as per the constitution guidelines. Friends, we discussed that our constitution is live and fundamental document because changes can be made in our constitution as per the needs and aspiration and the expectations of the people. As the time changes, changes can be made in our constitution. And that is why our constitution is not permanent or rigid. Changes can be made, amendments can be made in our constitution through which our country can make all that necessary required changes which is necessary for the welfare of the society or the welfare of the country. So friends, today the topic that we are going to cover, that is after understanding the meaning of constitution, after understanding the importance of constitution, now let us understand that how our constitution was framed. Friends, as being a citizen of India, you should know that how our Indian constitution was framed. Friends, as I just discussed in the previous lecture, that our Indian constitution is one of the largest written constitution of the world. Friends, what were the efforts? How our constitution was framed? Who gave their contribution in making our constitution? Let us know a lot of information that is related to our Indian constitution. Friends, let us learn how our constitution was framed. How our constitution was framed means we can say the framing of our constitution. How our constitution was framed, or we can say how our constitution was framed. Right? Here, friends, today we are going to learn that how our constitution was framed and how it came into force. How this constitution came into force. So let us start understanding that. On 25th March, here we discuss 25th March 1946. In the year 1946, 25th of March, that is before independence. That is before independence on 25th March 1946. The British government had sent 3 of its cabinet ministers, 3 of its cabinet ministers to India. They had sent 3 of its cabinet ministers to India to find a solution. To the question of Indian independence. Friends, on 25th March 1946, that was before independence, British government had sent 3 of its cabinet ministers to India so that they can find a solution to the question about India's independence. That on when to give India independence, which type of independence should be given to India, at which situation India should get independence, what should be distributed and what should be allotted, each and every solution. To find the solution about India independence, British government had sent 3 of its cabinet ministers to India. This team of ministers were known as Cabinet Mission. This team of ministers that came to India to find the solution of the question of Indian independence were known as Cabinet Mission. They were known as Cabinet Mission. And here it is said, the Cabinet Mission submitted a plan. This Cabinet Mission, it submitted a plan to form this cabinet mission. They submitted a plan to form Constituent Assembly, these cabinet mission, they submitted a plan to their government to form a cabinet assembly who would frame the Constitution of India. So here, these cabinet mission, they submitted a plan that in India, there a constituent assembly should be framed, which would frame the Constitution of India. And to frame the Constitution of India, constituent assembly should be made. The mission also gave the guidelines for framing the Constitution. Even this cabinet mission, they also gave certain guidelines for framing the Constitution of India. So, this cabinet mission played very important role for this. Here it is said that these cabinet mission, they gave the guidelines to frame the Constitution. Here, the Constituent Assembly, after that, if we talk about the Constituent Assembly, so framed was comprised, the Constituent Assembly so framed was comprised of 385 members. It was comprised of 385 members. It included variety of members. It included variety of members from different region, caste, religion, etc. Friends, here it is said the Constituent Assembly so framed was comprised of 385 members. After the suggestion of the cabinet mission, Constituent Assembly was framed, who was given the work of framing the Constitution of India. This Constituent Assembly consisted of 385 members, in which there were various members that belonged from different region, caste, religion, and these people were from different geographical diversities. These people were from different geographical diversities. Political experts, and experts from various fields So from these 385 members, these 385 members. They belong to various caste, religion, region. They belong to different geographical diversities. They were from different political experts. They were experts from various fields. So each and every fields members were seen in this constituent assembly. Friends, here it is said, Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Patel, Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad. Here Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Patel, Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad, Shyam Prasad Mukherjee, H.P. Modi, Shyam Prasad Mukherjee, then H.P. Modi, H.P. Kamnath, Frank Anthony, Kanhaialal Munshi, Krishna Swamy, Baldev Singh, and also women representatives like Sarojini Naidu. Women representatives were also there like Sarojini Naidu, Vijaya Lakshmi Pandit, were the part of constituent assembly. Friends, here there are the names of several persons who gave their contribution in framing our constitution. Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Patel, Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad, Shyam Prasad Mukherjee, H.P. Modi, H.P. Kamnath, Frank Anthony, Kanhaialal Munshi, Krishna Swamy, Baldev Singh, and also the women representatives like Sarojini Naidu, Vijaya Lakshmi Pandit. These all were the members of this constituent assembly. Dr. Rajendra Prasad was the president of Constituent Assembly. Dr. Rajendra Prasad was the president of Constituent Assembly. After that, a drafting committee was appointed. After that, a drafting committee was appointed to draft the constitution. Under the leadership of, here again a drafting committee was appointed to draft the constitution under the leadership of Dr. Bhimrao Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar was made the chairman of Constituent Assembly. Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar was made the chairman of Constituent Assembly. So under the chairmanship of Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, a drafting committee was made the chairman of the drafting committee. Was the chairman of drafting assembly or drafting committee. Friends, here it is said that a drafting committee was made after this Constituent Assembly. This Constituent Assembly decided to make a drafting committee that would draft the Constitution of India, and for that, under the chairmanship of Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, a drafting committee was made. Friends, here it is said the Constituent Assembly met for 166 days. The Constituent Assembly, it met for 166 days, spread over a period of 2 years. It was spread over a period of 2 years. See, this Constituent Assembly made for 166 days. This over a period of 2 years, 11 months and 18 days. This Constituent Assembly met for 166 days, spread over a period of 2 years, 11 months and 18 days. This assembly was made and they discussed about the framing of Indian Constitution. They discussed about the framing of Indian Constitution. In these 166 days, they used to discuss about the framing of Indian Constitution over a period of 2 years, 11 months and 18 days. Here it is said that the members of the assembly, if we talk about members of the assembly, minutely discussed about each and every detail. Members of the assembly minutely discussed each and every detail of the provisions to be given in the Constitution. Here it is said members of the assembly minutely discussed, means at a minor pace they used to discuss each and every detail of the provisions that to be given in the Constitution. Before giving place in the Constitution, they were discussing each and every topic, each and everything in very detail, and after that they used to give each and everything in mind. Then here it is said detail of the provision to be given in the keeping in mind. Members of the assembly, they minutely discussed each and every detail of the provisions to be given in the Constitution. Keeping in the mind, we can say, keeping in the mind what they used to keep in mind while making this provision? Then keeping in mind the matters of constitutions, the matters of constitution of different countries. Even they used to look the constitution of different countries before making any particular provisions. Before giving place to any provision in our constitution, they used to also look that matter in the constitution of different countries. All the positive things of the different countries were also given place in our constitution, we can say. Finally, our constitution was framed. Finally, our constitution was framed. At that time, the constitution contained 295 articles. At the time, the constitution contained 295 articles and 8 appendices. Here, at the time when our constitution was framed, at that time it was having 295 articles and 8 appendices. After that, here it is said, later it was amended. Later on it was amended. So changes came in that. And it consisted of 383 articles. It consisted of 383 articles and 9 appendices. Later on, first there were 295 articles and 8 appendices. Later on, it changed. It consisted of 383 articles and 9 appendices were made. Now there are 12 appendices. Now there are total 12 appendices. Appendices means the parts we can see. Articles, friends, you might be aware about the articles. Articles means the rule number. You might have heard that if you heard the hearing of the court, if any person is given the punishment of hanging till death, the judge will announce that the person, according to Article 302, the person is being charged to hang till death. Means according to Article 302, means that judge is given the judgment as per the article in the constitution. Article number is also given. So here total at the time 295 articles were there and 8 appendices there. Later on changes came and 383 articles were there and 9 appendices were there. Total today, right now, 12 appendices are present in our constitution. Here it is said, the constitution was brought into force. If we talk about the constitution, the was brought into force on January 26, 1950. On January 26, 1950, our constitution was brought into force and India was thus declared Republic. India was thus declared Republic. We celebrate 26 January as a Republic Day because on that day our Constitution was implemented on us. Our Constitution came into force on 26 January 1915, and that is why on 26 January we declared our Republic on us, and that is why it is celebrated as Republic Day. Here it is said, the Constitution of India contains, if we talk about the Constitution of India, contains our national emblem. National emblem means our national symbol. It contains our national emblem of four lions, on top. It contains of our Constitution contains of our national emblem on the top. That is the symbol of four lions on the top. And our national slogan, Satyamev Jayate. With our national slogan, that is Satyamev Jayate, that is below the emblem. Below the emblem. Friends, here our Constitution contains our national emblem, that is our national symbol, that is the four lions, and below that our national slogan is written, that is Satyamev Jayate. Satyamev Jayate, that means truth will always win. So friends, this was the information about the framing of our Constitution. Hope so you might have understood. As our Constitution was implemented on 26 January, we celebrate 26 January as our Republic Day, friends. So you might have understood about this. Thank you.